What is up, people of YouTube? I'm your host Vernon. This is Lava Butte. Let's fish that. Alright guys, I've been bringing you quite a lot of trout fishing videos. That's because it's winter. It's easier to catch trout during the winter months, as well as some stripers. They love coming to the shallow waters during the winter months. However, I've been struggling quite a lot with the little striped bass. I've been getting quite a lot of shad and stuff to try and catch them, but I've been struggling to catch them, so I wanted to do something a bit different. I'm out here today at Lava Butte to see what other fish I can catch during winter. I mean, we know these waters contain some fish. It's just about getting the right lure or bait to them to get them to bite. If this is the first video you're seeing of mine of Lava Butte, I will put down in the description. I'll link to the other videos explaining where it is, how to get here. This video is strictly for the fishing of it. So let's get to it. Okay, so I chose this particular spot because we have this little shallow shelf going in. Using my waders, I'm able to walk on this shelf, hitting some of the deeper holes on the other side there. That is why I chose this spot. I'm going to use some lures out there to see if I can find any bass or any other fish in these deeper holes. But because I'm allowed to use a second rod, I'm going to set up my second rod, trying to aim for some of these deeper holes using a little Carolina rig. And I'm going to start off with some night crawlers and swap out to some different baits as well to see if I can find any fish in these waters during winter. So I'm using night crawlers and instead of little red worms, because I want them as big as possible. You can catch catfish in the winter, you just need big baits to make it worth the while to go for it. That's why I'm using night crawlers, nice big plump worms that we're going to throw out there. Right, so I had my baits out there now for 20 minutes in that exact spot. No bites, no nothing. So it's a good idea to now move to the next spot to find some deep holes that actually do have fish in them. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, winter time fishing, it's really tough. Okay, so I've hit a few different holes along the way. Not seeing any fish, not getting any bites. But I do know the fish are here. It's just about finding them. I'm thinking they're heading into the deepest pools they can find. So I made my way back to my old faithful pool back here. I've seen some carp swimming around there, so I know there's fish in this area. So I'm going to be using some bigger presentation baits. I've got a big circle hook on here with some bigger baits. I'm going to throw it in this deep hole. Let's see, maybe some catfish, maybe some carp. At this point, anything that's willing to go for my baits I will be happy with. So let's see if we can find anything in this deeper hole. Alright guys, it's taken quite a while. We finally have a fish on. This fish is heading straight for cover. A nice sized carp. Again, I have very small hook on here. I only have 6-pound line on here, so it should be fine to handle this little carp. But I'm going to give it some slack just to be sure. It's luckily not one of the biggest carps from this hole, so it's fine on this small rod of mine. Gonna let the fish tire itself out a bit. Alright, let's bring him in and land him. Gonna walk him to the shallower waters. There we are, fish landed for today. Nice small carp here from Lava Butte. Took me something like 6 hours to actually get a fish, and we finally managed to get a small little carp. Not known for biting that well during winter, that's why it took so long to get this one. It's a lot easier to catch them during summer when they are feeding. But this little guy was hungry, and I'm at least happy to have landed a fish for today. Let's quickly get the hook out so we can get this guy back into the water. Right, it's our little carp for today. It's going to put him back into the water. Alright guys, winter fishing's tough. Had to wait an entire day for this one fish. And off he goes. Alright guys, so on my bigger rod out there, I have some bread bunched together. Carp love bread, so I'm trying some bread out there to see whether they'll go for that. The fish we just landed, that fish was caught using a night crawler, small piece of night crawler. Although there might be 10 to 20 fish in this hole, getting one fish to bite can be difficult during winter. That is why it's not an ideal species to be targeting during winter, but you can do so if you're willing to wait quite a long while to get some bites. I'm going to get my rod out there again, but this time I'm trying something different. On my hook I have some frozen peas, normal garden peas on my hook. I'm going to throw that out there to see whether they're willing to go for something that's completely different. I know people across the world have caught strange fish using peas, so I'm going to throw out these peas. Let's see if we can find anything on that. Not really a fish. Probably also someone's pet that they let go here. Let's quickly get some pliers and get him unhooked. Alright, so a new terrapin species for me, but not a fish. This guy has extremely long neck, so I want to be careful not to get bitten. See if we can get the hook out, and the hook is out. And there goes our little terrapin. Second little thing caught for today. Okay, so for the last hour or so I've been getting quite a lot of hits out there. Not good proper takes, but just little bumps on my bells, saying that there's something down there nibbling on my baits. And after catching that little terrapin, I believe that I've started a feeding frenzy for them in this hole at the moment. So there's quite a lot of them down there feeding on my baits, which means that I'm probably not going to catch any more fish from this hole today. But that's okay, seeing how that's how it works during the winter months. These fish that are more active during the summer months, you have to have your baits out there quite a long time to get them to want to go for your baits. These fish aren't in a feeding mode. They're not going to go for these baits like they do in the summer months. So it does take quite a while to get some fish out there. Of course, I'm not showing you all of the footage out there. I have something like 45 gigs worth of footage of me using some craw imitations and some Ned rigs, the little inline spinners, even using some crankbaits, also using some jerk baits to try and find some bass in these waters. I know there's bass here, but they didn't want any of my baits. I know there's catfish. They didn't seem interested in any of the night crawlers or anything. And as far as the carp goes, at least we got that one carp. That one was on the night crawlers. It didn't want to go for bread. It didn't want to go for the frozen peas. They only went for the night crawlers. Of course, I don't have my carp gear here, so I couldn't test out different corn and stuff like that. But at least we got one fish out there. The idea behind this video was just to show you that you can target different species during the winter as well. It's just a lot harder to find them. That is why I chose Lava Butte, because I know these fish are trapped in these holes. Just had to get my baits down there to get them. Okay, so feel free to leave any comments down below, ask any questions down in the comments as well. If you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe, join my community. If you enjoyed this little video, give me a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.